A lot of parents tell me that their absolute worst part of the day is homework time. Maybe you try to leave it till the weekend because you just can't deal with it during the week, or maybe you try to do little bits every day and it's awful. Kids hate it, you hate it, everybody's stressed. It's a recipe for disaster. And I want to give you some advice to help you out with this because I get it. I've got 4 kids of my own. We've had a lot of homework battles at my house too, but I found something that really helps, and that is making a plan. So oftentimes our kids just get overwhelmed with the sheer amount of stuff they have to do. Even if it's just one assignment, it feels too big. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do first. They don't know how long it's going to take. So much frustration. So they're teary, they're upset at you, they're angry with you. You're saying, I'm trying to help. Why are you blaming me for this? And nobody's connecting. It's just like this bashing heads. So my biggest advice for you is make a plan. Break down whatever it is your child has to do into manageable steps. Okay, you can write it down for them. Do as much of the writing as you can because that decreases frustration for your child. They don't want to have to spend their time writing stuff down that's just a plan that doesn't even count for what their teacher wants. So write it down for them. Concrete steps. Step number 1, make it simple. Only one thing in step 1. Step number 2, step number 3. Some parents like to write step number 4, break, right? Or actually have breaks written into the plan so the child knows what to expect. Others might say, okay, I'm going to put a visual timer on my phone or on the iPad, and after whatever amount of time works for your kid, if it's 2 minutes, if it's 15 minutes, whatever, we're going to have a 3-minute or a 5-minute break. So figure out what works for your child, make a plan, and that's how you're going to get started. And make sure that the plan is achievable. So don't necessarily start off with, we're going to get through 15 steps today. Maybe you want to start with 4 and your child can experience success and you can build them up and talk specifically about what they did well related to the plan. I love how when you finished step 1, you moved on to step 2. Or I love how after the break, I only called you once and you came right back and got started so that we could get through our plan. Right? So many types of feedback you can give your child that are more explicit or more specific than good job or way to go, buddy, something like that. That doesn't really give your child a lot of information. So give them specific, helpful feedback and stick with the plan. Make it manageable, make it achievable for your child. Take baby steps. So maybe in 2 months from now, you don't need to have a 4-step plan. Maybe at that point, you could have a 10-step plan. And also help your child to become more and more independent. So maybe you need to not only write down all the steps, but also say what they are at the beginning. But you want to slowly help your child be able to be the one to say, okay, mommy, write down blah, blah, blah for step 1. And step number 2 is blah, blah, blah. Can you write that down, mommy? Like that, right? And also give them more independence with following those steps without you saying, okay, number 3, time to do step number 3. You can help with that by asking reflexive questions. What do you think you need to do next? Or what did you do last week that helped you get through your plan so quickly, right? Help them to start thinking more about their own thinking. Think about where their thoughts are. If they're looking off and they seem distracted, ask them, where are your thoughts right now? And where should your thoughts be? Where should your thoughts be so that we can get through our plan and then you can go do whatever it is that you want to do, right? So having a plan, guiding your child, making sure that it's manageable, using reflexive questions, giving helpful specific feedback. These are all things that you can do right away. They're not hard. They don't take a lot of practice. And this will really make things different when it comes time for homework.